Dear students, today we will see the priority scheduling algorithm, which is a variant of SCF algorithm which we have seen in last case. So here each process will be assigned a priority. Based on the priority, the CPU will be allocated to the particular process, and the assigning of priority may be in ascending order or descending order. People say, for example, there are 1 to 10 priority numbers they are given. Some people considers 1 as highest priority and 10 as lowest priority. Some people considers as 10 as highest priority and 1 as lowest priority. But overall, with this concept, we are assuming that 1 is an highest priority process and 10 is an lowest priority process. Let us see how it works with an example. So we have 5 different processes, process 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and their burst times are 10, 1, 2, 1, 5 milliseconds, and here we have a column which says priorities. So we can see that process 1 has been given a priority 3 number, process 2 priority 1 number, process 3 priority 4, process 4 priority 5, and process 5 priority 2. Now as per this column, we have to decide which process should be given a first CPU. So that means, see here, priority 1 value which belongs to process P2 will be given a first hand on CPU. So CPU has been allocated to process 2 based on priority. Once process 2 completes, next process should be the next priority. That is, next is what? Priority 2, which is assigned to process 5. So process 5 has been given a CPU, so it completes its work. Next we have to think which one is next priority. Next priority is, we know that priority 3 has been assigned to process 1. So then process 1 has been given a CPU and it completes its task. Next, process 3 has a priority of 4 and process 4 has a priority of number 5. So what we have to do? We have to give a CPU to the process 3 because its priority is 4, which is higher than the process 4. So P3 has been allocated CPU, and similarly last we have process 4 of lowest priority in this problem is given a chance to execute. So this is how Gantt chart looks: P2, P5, P1 and P3, P4 based on the priorities. Now we will see waiting time for the different processes. So P1, when it starts, P1 starts at 6 milliseconds. So that's what I have written here. When P2 starts immediately, so it is 0 milliseconds. It need not to wait anywhere. P3, when it starts, P3 starts at 16 milliseconds. P4, when it starts at 18 milliseconds. And P5 starts when it is here 1 millisecond. So this is how we are calculating waiting time for each process. Now we all know average waiting time, how we should be calculating. That is summation of all processes divided by number of processes. That means P1, P2, P3, P4, P5 divided by 5. This 5, as we all know, it is the number of processes in a system. So 6 plus 0 plus 16 plus 18 plus 1 divided by 5 is 8.2 milliseconds. So this is what we call it as average waiting time for this particular system, 8.2 milliseconds as per these priorities. Okay, so let us see the problem with this particular method. That problem is, sometimes what happens, the lowest priority processes will never be executed. It is there and ready, but due to what has happened, the time taken by the highest priority processes, this turn doesn't come at all. So this kind of situation wherein process is ready to execute but it is not been allocated CPU is called as indefinite blocking, or another term we used is starvation. Starvation means the process which is ready but has not been given. So probably this process is the lowest priority process in the whole system. Now it should not happen, because each process in a system should get an CPU. That is a basic idea behind all scheduling algorithms. So what is the solution here? Solution is aging. Aging means, what we do is, for each lowest priority process as it spends time in a queue, will be assigned a priorities. Okay, so with some number. So as and the age of that particular process in that queue increases, its priority keep on increasing, and a point comes when the priority of this low priority process will be uplifted and given a CPU to it. So that's what is aging. I hope you understand what is aging. Aging is the time taken by a particular process, especially lowest priority process, in a queue for waiting the CPU to be handed over to it for the execution. So as if it takes more time, then its priority will completely increased, and what will happen is it will be given a chance in the CPU. So I hope it is clear. So this is what is overall idea behind priority scheduling, and with the hope this is clear to all of you. For any queries and questions, you can post me on my mail, WhatsApp or number. Thank you for